mean, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of depth, but you got to have a good competition to see where that depth takes you. And we've just begun to really go against each other.
You have the two bigs and Hannah?
But I don't know if I will foresee that, just because I think two of the bigs, but in a typical big way, not 4 out 1 in, but to have two bigs, you could have an elbow and a high-low entry. But I mean, I wouldn't rule out anything, but I think I'm going to start with just that look, 3 out 2 in post.
Speaking of Hannah, how good does she have to be this year for you guys to reach your potential? I don't want to put too much pressure on her.
No, I think, she's got to make a nice jump. I would like her to be able to, she's had a summer, she's healthy, but we lost about 3 weeks in the Iowa system when she was busy winning the gold medal, which is great because that's as important, if not more important, than mental. Now, hey, she's played with the best in the world. She's been better than the best in the world in the United States. I think I'm biased, but I think her defense was why they won the gold against Cardoza. So I think that what I'm hopeful for. In fact, we're going to go have coffee after this. I just haven't even talked to her because I've been recruiting and we had a couple practices and I've been flying all over. So I can't wait to kind of get a feel for what her experience was like and what her mental space is. But what I'm hoping is that type of experience gave her something mentally and internally that can lead a relatively younger, inexperienced group.
Sure.
We had new last year, but we had some key people that had been here that learned how to run. It was really in our lineup, Lucy the most in that lineup till later. Now we have Hannah returning and Kylie, but the experience, Lucy was a 3-year vet and a WNBA player that came in.
Sure.
Now everybody is, the new ones are 2 sophomores and 3 freshmen. So the learning is taking a little bit longer. But it's good.
Now that Hannah's a senior, what are you seeing out of her leadership-wise, growth-wise? Is she kind of coming out of her shell to direct the others?
Well, she hasn't been with us very much for the summer, so I think so.
Yeah.
But this is only her, I think, second practice since coming back from the USA basketball. So it appears that way. I thought her spring was good, but she missed our basketball camp.
Yeah.
That's a big bonding week because we're really together 24/7.
Right.
They have 5 a.m. workouts, basketball camp, and a lot kind of happens then. But I think so. I think she looks more confident. I think she's there's something that happens when you become a senior. Just through every realm of growth, especially for Hannah. Like there was always the seniors that were really talking, or when she was a freshman, man, you had Kate and Caitlin. So now I think she's embracing that, and I what I've seen so far, it's just we haven't had a lot of summer left or yet that I've gotten to see her handle those moments in practice.
We're almost to the end of the summer here. What have you learned about Layla and Addie Deal, in particular, your freshman year?
Yeah, I love this group. Yeah. I do. Those 5 new ones are really talented collectively, and they're great people. We always have great people, but them coming in and melding so quickly, and they really have understood that mission of the Iowa culture. And it's just been fun. I think the fans, I'm so pumped for everybody to start to get to really know them. And, Addie and Layla, really the long and the short of it, really, they're really good. They're really good. Layla, just the way she moves, and she just has so much potential. Because coming from high school, they just don't know what they don't know. And they're never allowed to be physical. Man, if they even square up with 50% speed, it's like, foul, flagrant. Here I wanted to really set the tone. But she's got a nice touch. And then Addie, she's just coming in, she just has a way, seeing the floor, understanding, she's trained, she's been at the highest levels. Right now, she's so busy trying to orchestrate it. I want her to be a little more creative to get her shots, to get scoring, but she's a really great passer. She does, remind me of Caitlin in the sense of when you first watch Caitlin, everybody was all excited about the shots, and you are with Addie's got great range. But I've always loved Addie's passing. She can full court pass on a dime, and she can see it. So I just need to get that balance of her also looking to create for herself.
How important is it to, you've always talked about the freshman post, they come in and they haven't really played someone that is what they're going to see on the college level. How much have Ava and Layla been just perfect for each other? I mean, Ava's only a sophomore. For them to go to battle and practice and kind of learn each other's skill sets and defend each other.
Yeah, I think that's really been great. It's been nice for Layla to have a bigger body because she's never, especially in Alaska, there's been nobody that, there just isn't a lot of people that played whenever I'd watch film. She was just so much bigger. But I think they're, Ava's temperament. Ava can compete, but also she brings a lot. And there's just a really a cool relationship. I think with all of our team, but a cool relationship. They can battle and you can get intense and you can get a little cranky, but there's still a respect and a really love for the teammate that I've seen really forge pretty early. And I think especially for post players when you're learning as a young one to really know when to throw an elbow because you need to, and it's the smart thing. It's nice to have a personality like an upperclassman that's not taking it personally.
What kind of improvement are you looking for from Hannah on the court?
Well, last year we slid her back to the 5 because I want a little bit more consistency and being a threat, certainly from 15.
Yeah.
And being able to, give a pump fake and get if she's out on the perimeter and get to the rim and finish. But we just weren't able to see that last year. But it's because we didn't have it. She missed the summer with her knee injury. So this summer, I know she's been working, right? She's been with USA Basketball, all of the things. So we just got to get that a little more consistent. And that's why I'd kind of like to work a little bit, if we can, on a 2-post offense to get them both in there, but bring her in a little bit so she can play around that elbow. But I just want to get that outside shot and her passing a little bit more consistent. But I really like what I've seen so far.